Hi everyone, welcome back to Pure Song Garden, episode 9, where we have an overworked Ritsu explaining to everyone about how to take care of Iroha. So, an important concept is that Iroha, she's in a doll, and the doll runs on batteries, and batteries have to be charged to make sure she's still moving. And for Iroha, who's from the future, she has no idea what the word charge means or what it is. So they have to explain it to her. And it's probably because in the future they have wireless charging, so there's no need to actually plug something into a wall socket. So right now Asuka is bringing up an important question. It's like, okay, so we have Iroha under care. She's in the doll body of Ai. But a major problem is that what are we going to do about the festival, the Pure Song Garden Festival, given that Ai is the center of attention and it's going to be the main performer. So let's see what they're going to do about that, now that we've come across to a bigger question. So let's see. So with all the discussion about charging and also the octopus and Akashi-kun all put aside, Asuka brings up a real situation or real question.
ポイントはそこね。いろはさん、時間旅行の予定を教えてもらっていいかしら。
So, Iroha-san, can you tell me about your travel schedule? So, what are you going to do next?
現地時間の8月1日から8月7日まで計7日間の予定です。
So I'm supposed to be here for a total of 7 days, starting from August 1st to August 7th local time.
ピュアソングガーデンの初日に重なってるわね。
So her schedule pretty much overlaps with the first day of the Pure Song Garden. So what's the schedule for I being on stage?
初日と2日目、どちらもしっかり予定されてます。
So she has a tight schedule. She's gonna be up there a lot on both the first and second day.
いろはさん、時間はどう？確か8月1日の15時にこっちに来たから。
So we'll be in the center of performance, like the center of attention. She has a lot of bookings, and it's like, well, so how about the time? So you came here at 3 p.m. on August 1st, so that means
7日の15時までです。帰還のタイミングはタイムシフトに登録されてますので。
so I'm scheduled to leave on the 7th of August, also at 3 p.m. So exactly 6 days, no more, no less.
となると、最低でも7日の15時までは愛なしで持たせないといけないってことね。
So going from 3 p.m. on the 7th, it means that you do have to play as I, the idol, for a certain portion. So well, if Iroha does go back to the future, then I will be free and will be able to assume her original role. Oh, so do you have anything prepared? Well, if that's such a case, it should not be strange even if there's a spare body. It's like, well, maybe you can have another doll and dress that doll up as I.
私たちエンジニアならそう考えるんだけどね。愛の素材を作った会社って職人気質なのよ。
Well, if we were an engineer, I would think so. The company that made the body of I is a craftsman.
たった1体に全力投入ってやつですか。
To basically put all the strength into one body.
女の子に予備なんて失礼だって怒られちゃって、もうたまんないわよ。
And it is impossible and rude and impolite to a girl for please get scolded, and it's already intolerable. Well, it seems that does not match with the Renaissance industry craftsmen altogether from the way of thinking. Now, I can't admire how to pour that affection, but this time it completely backfired. And from now, given the short time period, it's going to be impossible to build another body like this it's said to take about 2 years to complete it. So basically, the person who made Ai, he spent so much time and effort to making it perfect, making it look good, and it's like, oh, you can't rush art. And if they were to make another one that looks just like Ai or Iroha, it's gonna take that amount of time. And of course, the person who made it would never anticipate that this would happen. Well, I can't afford to put it in the mold and so which will do such mass production, but the body of Ai is completely a one-off prototype. So basically it's a one of a kind. It's custom, and apparently there's no spare parts, so there's no choice but to manage somehow with the body that contains Iroha. So does that mean that I can't go to events? No, there's only one event that I'm sure I can't do. Well, if it's not I, you can proceed as planned. However, I stage is pushing hard as a feature of the Pure Sound Garden. So it's like, well, maybe we can hold this festival and cancel all the events that involve I, but by doing so, you kind of lose a lot of customers because everyone's buying tickets to see her, or pretty much everyone. And it is obvious that it'll be a huge loss for the entire event if the I events were to be cancelled. And then Iroha's like, so this is kind of my fault, I guess. So the existence of Iroha is becoming all the culprits. And it is evidence to everyone's eyes there's no word for follow-up. Well, if that's the case, I'm just gonna go back to the future. So does it mean that you just travel back to the future? Well, for me, it's just an ordinary adventure, and I don't want to put a lot of people through this just because of what I'm doing. So Kyo's like, well, Iroha isn't that bad, you can't really blame yourself for all this. Ritsu? But she still feels that guilt that she's causing all this. So for a long time, I've been always looking to do time travel, but if I start to mess and bother people like this, then I can't really enjoy it. So therefore, I'm just gonna finish the trip up and go back. So, well, if Iroha does go back to the future, then everything is all settled. But then, that kind of sacrifices Iroha. So, but that is the way that everyone can sacrifice at the expense of Iroha. But he was like, no, I can't accept this. So, why is it all Iroha's fault? You didn't do anything wrong. It was just all accident. And you shouldn't really take the guilt. So it's not only because you came to visit Daiba in 2027 where we live.
私も納得できない。
And Kuon agrees with Kanata, saying, no, I cannot accept this either.
せっかくいろはちゃんが来てくれたのに、こっちの都合で返しちゃうなんて嫌だよ。
Well, I surely wish I had come with you, but it is okay to return home because of the circumstances.
私も愛のステージができないのは残念だけど、同じくらいいろはさんが帰っちゃったら残念です。
And even Asuka agrees, like, well, I can't really, well, it is kind of sad that, we're not gonna see the actual Eye on stage, but I really feel bad if, Iroha returned as much as, I did. So basically, Kuon and Asuka agree with me on, objecting to Iroha's sudden departure. Well, I understand, Iroha returning, it is still roundly. But it doesn't matter if theory is okay, we get acquainted with a child, Hoshino Iroha, and it's not another person anymore, it's my friend. And Iroha is a truly important friend, so I can't convince my mind even if I understand all the logic. So please don't leave us, please enjoy the sightseeing adventure with us until the end. And if you do not, you cannot laugh and you cannot be good. And it's really hard for us to say goodbye from there. And it was a lot of fun, well then. And without such a goodbye, I cannot watch it with a smile. So Iroha's a traveler who came from a place that will never... So we'll never get there in our lifetime. Not a person who lives together at the same time. And that's why I want to make these 6 days a special day to shine. And let's fill Iroha with pleasant memories and let's see it with all a smile. So, Iroha?
みんな、ありがとう。
Oh, everyone, thank you very much.
でも、私が帰らなかったら、イベントは。
But, she is kind of sad that, well, I didn't really come here just so I could participate and be part of the event.
待ってください。なぜいろはが帰る帰らないの話になっているんですか？
Wait, so, with regards to talking about Iroha returning, why am I not involved in the conversation, says Suzu?
いろはは帰りませんよ。一体何のためにタイムシフトで過去に来たと思っているんです。
So, it is surely true that Iroha will not go back, and why do you think you came to the past with a time shift for what? So Suzu that did not read the air broken with sun force.
何のためって、観光？
So for what purpose? Sightseeing?
その通りです。他のことなど知ったことではありません。
Yeah, that's right. I don't know much for anything else. Well, it is irresponsible.
いろはに取るべき責任なんてないです。
In a sense, it's not Iroha's fault at all.
でも、体を勝手に借りちゃってるのに、無責任なことはできないよ。
But I took someone's body without permission, and I can't... So I don't want to be the person who did irresponsible things.
なら、義理を果たす程度の責任で手を打ちましょう。
Well, let's hurt yourself with the responsibility to fulfill your duty.
どうですか？
So how is that? So Suzu was not anyone else but turned her eyes to Ritsu.
まず一つはっきりさせておくけれど、いろはさんがここで未来に帰ったとしても、愛がそのまま使える可能性は低そうなの。
So well, let's clarify that even if Iroha does go back to the future from here, there's a possibility that the eye that we were hoping to use won't be able to be used as likely as it is.
いろはさんがドール素体に入った際、愛の VR と融合してしまったみたいなのよ。
So when Iroha entered the doll body of Ai, she seems to be fused in with the VR of Ai. So it seems that Iroha has entered the form overriding rather than entering the form of pushing the VR of I. So basically she and I are merged together.
現在の愛はタイムシフトの制御下にあるの。イロハさんが帰還したらその制御から離れることになる。
So the current I is under the control of time shift, and when Iroha returns, it'll leave that control.
根幹のシステムが抜け落ちた状態で以前と同じように動かすことができるかどうか。
So whether the fundamental system that falls out and can be moved as before. So Ritsu shook her head and denied wistful observation.
そんな。じゃあ私は。
So like that, then...
バックアップはあるから復旧は可能よ。でも調整に時間がかかるのは間違いないわね。
Well, there is a backup and restoration is possible, but obviously that takes time. So when it comes down to that, what should we do then? Well, there's no guarantee that the situation will be resolved even if Iroha goes back. Well, of course, Ritsu will do everything to restore, but whether or not it'll be in time for the Brussel Garden event.
こちらの都合で申し訳ないのだけれど、今イロハさんに帰還されては逆に困るのよ。
So I'm really sorry by the circumstances, but it is not really good for you to return right now.
ある程度言い訳が立つレベルでごまかせれば、フェスが台無しになることはないでしょう。
So if you leave to some extent where excuses stand up, then you will not be ruining the festival.
まだ運営サイドには本当のことを報告していないから、なんとかなるはずよ。
And since they're still studying about it, they're still learning more about it. It's like, well, we haven't really reported the truth of all this, so we have to manage it somehow. So until data is complete, we should leave it as is. So Risa-san, was it a false report that you've been talking about for a while? So there's no way I can report the fact that the future person entered the field of, or the body of I. Is that natural as well? So the staff who are on stage at the moment that Iroha came from the future don't know what happened. Only the guys who have heard the story from Iroha knows the truth.
そういうことなら徹底的にごまかそう。
So it's like, well, what should we do? It's like, we should just fool everyone working at the Brussel Garden Festival that she is I and not Iroha. Is that because they don't know about all this, only the people who have heard Iroha's story know about it.
私も協力します。
So like, well, let's just trick them. And Asuka agrees. Well, okay, I'll do it. So I'll go on stage and Iroha's sightseeing, the one who will be established. So there's something that I want you to do as for Iroha. So I want you to stay on stage and substitute and pretend to be I. And that is the only way that it can be possible. Yes? So Iroha stands on stage instead of I and sings. Wait, me? So talking along with Ritsu, I turn on Iroha and I have her substitute to be I.
ステージで歌うなんて絶対無理だよ。
But unlike I, Iroha is not a singer.
イロハに不可能はないです。その素晴らしい歌声で観衆を虜にしてやりましょう。
So, well, Iroha is impossible. Let's take pride in the audience with that wonderful singing voice. So I wonder what Suzu can do.
無責任な持ち上げ方しないでよ、すず。
Hey, don't do irresponsible lifting, Suzu. So Iroha was completely losing confidence to Suzu's remarks.
イロハちゃんあんな感じだけど、どうする？
So Iroha-chan, you feel like that? Why? Well, we have to find a substitute for I, and besides that, there's no way to make a stage performance. Well, there might be another secret strategy, but there's no one that came up with it. So this is the best for now. And if you substitute for I, the event will be cancelled, and Iroha will not have to cancel the time travel. But I'm pretty sure Iroha never thought of, well, being an idol. But you know, you look just like it, so I don't think you can't do it. Well, just ask Asuka and me. We can't really substitute perfectly for I, because we don't look like her. Well, so let's see. So visual appearance is no problem, but what about singing and dancing? So how about the specifications of Iroha? So has it reached the level of substitution where I will serve? So let me explain that to you. So it's like, well, apparently Iroha is somewhat of a lethargic and also does not have good motor functions. Hey, don't say like that. No, that's the charm of Iroha. If she falls, it's cute, and anything you do is cute. Beautiful people do have their problems. But then I think that Kuon looks beautiful too. As I say so, I really think that Asuka is beautiful as well, says Kanata. And seriously, all the girls around me are beautiful. Well, anyways, it's possible for me to dance like an idol, and there are grooves that do not get buried in this place that I practice somewhat. Well, the body of Iroha wasn't possible, but now it is possible, and there's some speckles of specs that can withstand performance. So, well, as in the current color of its borrowing of the body of I, it's possible to do with I if it's also theoretically to color it. Well, I can't really trust theory. So things like, well, maybe we can program the doll to have functions that make her agile when it comes to dancing and singing. But Suzu's like, well, even though it's the theory is bad, I can still manage it, and I'll try to manage it by some means. So wait, does Suzu help? Or already Iroha's movement control is established by the support of Suzu. Well, it was a fresh year. So was Suzu in control of the natural movement of Iroha? So support is included in the time shift. Is the role of Suzu to act without discomfort regardless of what kind of body you use. So basically, in terms of strength and agility, Suzu adjusts it for Iroha. So she is a wonderful child, that's Suzu-chan.
実はとは何ですか？失礼な。
Well,
鈴は2077年の技術においても最新鋭と言ってもいいレベルなのですよ。
well, that's pretty rude for you to say. So Suzu's at the level which can be called state-of-the-art even in the year 2077.
そこまで来るとどれだけすごいのか想像すらできませんね。
Well, I can't really imagine how amazing it's going to become when I do get to that year. Well, if it's a bad mouth, it is state-of-the-art, but how much is it about ability?
下等生物のくせに信じていませんね。いいでしょう。いろは、少し協力してください。
So that you do not believe in the habituals of lower life, do you not think? Well, Iroha, please cooperate.
いいけど、協力って何をすればいいの？
So okay, so what should we do with cooperation?
短い時間、いろはの運動支援をオフにします。かなり不具合が生じますが、少しだけ我慢してください。
So I'll drop the exercise support for a short time. If you have some trouble, so you'll have some trouble, but please be patient for a little bit.
わかった。ちょっとだけならいいよ。
Okay, I understand a little bit.
では、運動支援を停止します。
Okay, so I'm going to stop the movement support for now. So the moment that Suzu said that, Iroha collapsed.
ちょっと、いろはちゃん？
Wait, Iroha-chan?
あれ？おかしいです。立てません。
Wait, that's funny. I can't stand. So is that a level where she can't stand anymore?
素体が持つ運動制御との差が大きすぎるからです。本来の能力なら自立歩行は可能なはずですよ。
So it looks like Suzu needs to adjust the motion controls of Iroha to make it so that she's more agile. It's like, well, because the difference between motion control of the elementary body is too large, if you have to have the original capability, independent walking should be possible.
なるほど。やってみるね。
I see. So she slowly raises her body and seems to get up.
いろはさんが立った。
Wow, so Iroha stood up.
こういう感じなんだ。無理じゃないと思う。
So this kind of feeling, yeah, I don't think so. So although awkward, Iroha starts to walk. And when it becomes gradually accustomed, although it is dangerous, she's able to walk to a certain extent.
歩けるけど、これでダンスなんて絶対無理だよ。
So, well, I can walk like this, but it's gonna be hard to dance.
元の VR アイドルは最適化されているのでしょう。今のいろはには少々荷が重いですね。
So it's like, well, I changed the mappings of controlling your movements. It's like, well, I used to use the old version, but now I'm using the current version, the one that's more suited for this body, and that's why. So Suzu clicks her fingers. At the moment, the motion control returned to Iroha and turned into a decent movement as the switch switched on.
動けるようになったよ。
So it's like, well, I can move now, says Iroha.
運動制御を戻しました。どうです？鈴の力は。
Okay, so I restored the motion control, and how is it?
ありがとうね。鈴のおかげでちゃんと動けてたんだ。
Well, thanks. Now I can move properly thanks to you.
礼なの不要です。いろはのお役に立てることが鈴の喜びですから。
So she bows in front of Suzu, and Suzu's like, well, don't worry about it. It's always a pleasure to serve you. Well, Suzu is amazing. Well, I didn't really think it was this way.
そうでしょう、そうでしょう。もっと褒めたたえるといいです。
And we see that Suzu likes praises. Well, to be proud of Suzu. And while it's a great thing that they're quite close, considering the actual performance, it seems natural as well.
つまり、
ちゃんの力を借りたら愛のダンスなんてお茶の子なんだね。
So that means if I do borrow the power of Suzu, can I dance very well? Well, I'm pretty sure Kuon's misunderstanding. Well, the colorfulness of Iroha's face is the same dance that I can dance.
そこまで単純な話ではありませんよ。すずにできるのはあくまで支援ですから。
Second, well, this isn't a very simple matter because of how Suzu supports.
イロハの意志に従い、体はついていきます。でも、それだけです。
So basically, like the body, it follows the intentions of the user, Iroha, and that's all it does. So at least it's impossible.
練習が必要ってことですね。
So Asuka's like, why do you practice then?
練習か。それくらいならまあなんとか。
So it's like, well, now you need to practice how to dance. And Iroha's like, so how? So she looks depressed, but I'm pretty sure I can see hope from her. So do your best. Your body will follow, even knowing that it is enough. So how do you feel now?
やれませんが、やります。
Well, even though I can't do it, I'm gonna try my best. I'll do it.
いや、その開始はちょっと不安なんですけど。
So I'm kind of anxious about the return.
頑張りますから、みんなも手伝ってください。
Okay, I'll do my best and help everyone. Okay, so we will support you with all our strength.
どれだけお役に立てるかわかりませんけど、できる限りのことはしますね。
So, well, I don't know how much I can help you, but I'll do the best as I can.
やれないかもしれないけど、やれるようになるまでビシバシ指導するからね。
So maybe I can't do it, but I'll tell you everything that I've learned so far. So I wonder how Suzu feels now. It's like, well, we'll help you. We'll make sure you can closely and accurately model I.
冗談だって。無理だったら逃げちゃえばいいんだし。
It's like,
楽に行こう。
well, eventually you're gonna have to be on the stage, pretend to be I, so you can't avoid it.
そうそう。リツにはああ言いましたが、無理なら逃げればいいんです。ざまあみろです。
So yeah, like I said, you can't escape from it.
それはさすがにひどいですって。
Well, it is kind of terrible for that. So let's make everyone's strength together so that I will not be able to make Iroha, or I'll be able to make Iroha a wonderful VR idol.
おー！
Okay, so everyone's gonna help Iroha dance and sing like I.
おー。
And she's still kind of on the fence about that idea. So I got the fist with the feeling that Iroha does not depend on us as get caught by Nori. Well, we have 5 days, including today, to get her fit for the stage. And in addition to making a stage to stay on stage as a VR idol, we have to fully show her this dive area, like give her a good tour and have her remember all the great places. It is quite a lot, but let's do our best. Okay, says Iroha. I have to say that with the trouble in Journey is bothersome, but the problem is not anywhere far. And I cannot do it without having trouble with trouble. And even if it's painful, if there are companions who will fight together, it will surely turn into pleasure.
大丈夫だよ。何も心配はいらないから。
Okay, it's alright, don't worry much about anything else. That's what Kuon said to me before. And she's saying it to Iroha. Okay, so I should say something as well. So they're going to train Iroha and have her copy what Ai does.
空腹を感じないのに食欲ってあるんだね。
And I kind of wonder who's gonna do what. Like who's gonna be the teacher for dance, who's gonna be the teacher for singing. So anyways, it's nighttime and it's time for dinner, and even though Iroha's not hungry, she wants to taste something. So besides Kuon and Mia eating, Iroha mutters sadly. So today's menu is just chicken and cabbage pepperoncino. And it's at night, so we always use good seasoning like tasty garlic.
ごめんね。なんだか見せつけてるみたいで。
I'm sorry, I know we're kind of showing off to you, to someone who can't have taste. So are you going to be in the room? Are you going to stay here until we're done eating?
それはそれで寂しいので、ここにさせてください。
Yeah, because it's quite lonely with me just being alone, so let me stay here, please.
ならパパッと食べちゃうからちょっとだけ待っててね。
Okay, so if you eat it with papaya, well, let's wait a bit. So I think I think Kuo's gonna put paprika in the tonight's dinner. So for Iroha, I will refrain from taking a long time. And in a sense, pasta isn't really too bad for Iroha. Okay, so Kanta's back in his room, and he's like, well, it's getting dark, and he does take note of what happened today. Well, so it's a serious thing. So have Iroha play as Ai, basically substitute as Ai, and let us sing at the stage of the Brussel Garden. And even though this is the only way to resolve everything, I kind of realized that it is quite unreasonable to an extent. Well, but Iroha, she's okay. I think she's okay. And Kuon self-confessed with her sister attitude, so she is troubled. And it is also sensitive to people's feelings, leaving it to them, but I don't need to worry about it in this case. Well, I should be more dependent on that Suzu, despite her liking to throw bad remarks to Kanata. Okay, so it's the next day, and Iroha is enjoying her breakfast. And she smiles with a full face, chopsticks out, and breakfast in front of you. So, Ku and I are just looking at her from a distance with just bacon, eggs, and toast. So, omelets, very good. I want to eat that for a long time. And now I have one. Oh, so Iroha's eating kushimbo? No, it's ordinary. So, Kuon replies while I continue to munch down through my rice. Ah, right, white rice, it's good. It seems to be a soul out. It is amazing, a reaction that you can find on watching cooking channels or gourmet TV.
2日もあなた方の食事シーンを見せられてきましたからね。空腹を感じずともストレスがたまらぬです。
So it's like, well, usually eat every 2 days, so Even if you don't feel hungry, stress circulates or accumulates. But you know, Iroha can't have a meal because she can't taste.
目の前でご飯をパクパク食べてますけど。
So well, I'm eating lunch in front of my eyes. So what's going on then? Says Kanta.
すずにお願いして VR のご飯を用意してもらったの。
It's like, well, I asked Suzu and she prepared some VR food for me. So like my meals are created through VR. Like maybe like the holographic meatloaf in SpongeBob.
あくまで気分ですけどね。厳密には食事ではありませんが、口に入れ、咀嚼し、嚥下する。味覚データもありますので、食の快楽は得られるはずです。
So all the time in the mood is strictly on a meal, but I put it in my mouth, chew and swallow because there's taste data, so I should be able to get food pleasures.
食の快楽って。
So the enjoyment of food, Well, if you look at the color in front of your eyes, you'll want to say it's pleasure. So Iroha, who meets the desire of food, is also somewhat sensual, even though it is healthy.
こんなのがあるなら、もっと早く言ってくれればよかったのに。
So maybe I should have called this sooner if there was such a thing.
使用して良いか判断に迷う案件でしたから。
Well, it was a project that I could not use or was lost in judgment.
つまり、今後は OK ってことだね。
So it's okay to have more of that in the future? More VR food?
すずが所有するデータのみのメニューになりますが。
Well, the menu is prepared by me, it's all processed by me, so...
同じものを仲良く食べるってわけにはいかないんだね。
So wait, in a sense, Jim, you can't eat the same meals? That's a pity.
でも、目の前で美味しそうに食べてるのを見てるだけって状況に比べたら1000倍マシです。
It's like, oh, well, Iroha's like, well, I do want to eat, but, it is better to be able to look at what you're eating and, get some kind of, anticipate some kind of taste. Well, certainly there is a feeling of eating. And if you know the taste, it is better than eating deposits. Well, even if you don't feel hungry, your hunger and your heart will decrease. So under special circumstances, in which the heart and the body deviate from the usual, it is necessary to eat and treat each problem carefully and in a special way. So, well, yesterday, so like he does talk to your host, like okay, so yesterday you slept in that pillow, so how was it? Was it comfortable?
充電ですね。あれはなかなか良いものです。
So like yeah, it was quite awful, but it was okay. So like so how was it? I'm just asking, how was the pillow?
わかんない。いろはちゃんが充電枕に頭を乗せた途端、電池が切れたみたいに意識なくなっちゃったから。
So it's like well, I don't really know because as soon as Iroha slept on the pillow just so I think Iroha shut down and so that must be that.
はい。ちょっと大げさに言いました。すいません。
I told you to exaggerate. I'm sorry. So I think what happened was that when Iroha slept on the pillow, the body shut down so that it could go into charge mode. And it's like well, you can't be charging and running at the same time. In a sense, it helps protect the battery. So I was judged by Kuon with the white eyes, and Iroha turned pale.
充電どんな感じなのかワクワクしてたんだけど、クオンさんが言ったみたいに一瞬で寝ちゃって。
And once offline, Iroha can't even feel what it was like to be sleeping. It's like, but as what Kuon said, I did fall asleep. Wait. So when you fall asleep, that means you're starting to charge, right?
そうです。充電モードに移行したので、イロハの意識がなくなったんです。
There you go. So, so once Iroha goes into charge mode, she loses her consciousness and basically shuts down.
そういうものなの?
So, is that true?
素体の使用ではなく、スズが制御してそうしました。充電に集中するために、イロハは休止した方が良いので。
Okay, so Suzu was controlling Iroha's income. So when you go to sleep, it's better not to waste power. So I shut you down so that all the energy can be devoted to charging up.
充電どんな感じなのか知りたかったな。
And I didn't want to feel like what it's like to be charged.
ビリビリしますよ。
Well, you'll be scrupulous.
ビリビリ?
Wait,
いえ、嘘ですが。
I'm just lying.
嘘？スズひどいよ。
Come on, you're mean, Suzu. Don't trick me like that. So, artificial intelligence that lies to the master is quite amazing as well.
下手な人間よりよっぽど人間臭いわよね。
Well, you're much better than a bad person, are you not? Says Kuon.
この程度のことができないようでは、イロハの友達とは言えません。
Well, if I can't lie and act more human-like, then I can't really be considered Suzu's friend.
前のスズはこんなじゃなかったけどね。今のスズはタイムシフトにシステム統合されてからだよ。
But the previous Suzu was not like this, but now that Suzu has been integrated into the system for time shift, she can act this way. So in other words, the time shift is amazing. Well, the more I know, the more I feel that only technology called time shift is skipping. And everything's under the control of time shift and up to the existence of Iroha's time travel easiness. And even Kuyo and I are easily touched. So I wonder if time shift matches Tsujiki behind. Well, so Iroha came here the summer of 2027 and lived in Daiba for her whole life. And it really does seem like a dream. Such uneasy and anxiety crossed my mind only for a moment.
さて、それじゃあ部室に行きますか。
Okay, so let's go to the club room then. Okay, so I'll go ahead and stop here. So, we did see some interesting things about Iroha. The fact that, she does want to enjoy food even though she can't taste. And I think that she's using her sight to help get the idea of what it should taste like. But more importantly, it's kind of interesting that, the way that when Suzu, or when Iroha goes to sleep, Suzu shuts her down to charge her up. And, well, then again, if you go to sleep, you don't really feel anything. So, it's good to basically turn off power for Iroha while she's being charged. But most importantly, Kanata wants Iroha to model as Ai during the festival. And having Iroha become an idol is a big task for her, given that, well, having me dance and sing is way too much for me. But hopefully, the people in the club room, the M3, well, musical aficionados, they can help Iroha and train her to become excellent at singing and dancing for the Pure Song Garden Festival. So let's see how that fares in the next episode. So with that in mind, I'll see you later.